Good morning or afternoon or whenever you're watching this. So this is our lesson for today. We are going to be doing a color study. And in the video, this is my example, I'm going to show you how to do this. Something that I like to do when I'm feeling uninspired or I don't know what to do with art that also really helps you to practice good brush control with painting and to practice color mixing is to make these little paintings that are full of different shapes that don't quite touch each other. You can also practice gradients, like in the bigger shapes, you can do light to dark or change different colors. And essentially what I do is I mix one color. So my one color in this is this color right here. It's a color called Mayan Blue, and it's from my fancy watercolors, but you can do it with anything, and it'll really make your colors, even if you're using school watercolors, whatever, it will make them look really good. So I mix one color, and then I take, these were my other base colors that I kind of started out with. I take my paint and I mix it into every other color that I use, and I kind of keep them similar, and it harmonizes the whole painting. And then I go through and I just make shapes, and I make them as close together as possible. And do you see how light the paint is? I'm mixing a lot of water in with these, and I'm trying to be mindful about dark and light and balance in shapes. So it really makes you think, like, where are you going to put the big shapes? Where are you going to put the little shapes? You need some dark things and you need some light things, and you just kind of add in. So watch what I do in this video. I've sped it up a little bit, but you can kind of get an idea of how I do this. And this is going to be your assignment, and you're going to fill a whole page with a color of your choice. And in your final assignment, when you turn this in, you're going to give me your color that you did, and then you are going to mix it with all other colors and make kind of a cool color palette painting. And this is really easy to be successful at. Even if you're not an artist, you can make something that looks cool. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to start out with just picking my color that I want to use. I picked kind of a darker color, and if you're going to mix a color for this, that's kind of a fun thing to do as well. I picked a blue, and a blue is a good primary color. It goes with everything. And I picked a blue that's a little bit muted because it looks pretty with all the other colors. So I'm going to put that in the middle of my palette. And then I'm going to mix the other colors around it that are going to match with the blue. So I grabbed a little bit of green, and I added quite a bit of water to that. I don't want it to be too watery. You can make your paint colors as watery as you want, but you want to think about also how much paint goes on your brush when you're painting. If there's too much paint on your brush, it's going to make a big giant pool of water, and it'll be really hard to clean up. You can always blot it away with a paper towel, or even use a dry brush to suck some of the paint up if you have too much on your paper. So I did a yellow, which makes a green when it's mixed with the blue. I did a violet, and I did another color of green. So it's kind of fun to vary your colors. Like, you could do this all in different tones and shades of green or blue. Even adding like reds, browns, blacks, anything to this color, that whatever is your main color is going to create a really interesting look for you. So this is where I'm practicing my brush control, and I'm just playing around. I just start out, if you don't know what to do, start out with 4 thick lines on the bottom and just work your way across. I start on the right-hand side because I'm left-handed, but if you are right-handed, it's usually best to start on the left-hand side and work your way over. And you could start with a circle, and you can do big shapes, little shapes, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's best to kind of vary that, big shapes and little shapes. And here I got a little bit too close to my other shapes. I do try to leave a little bit of space between them because it looks kind of cool. And it always looks different as it dries too. Think about your next color, and they can be really different in color, or they can be very, very similar.